everything is today. My whole future is riding on this, and you choose this moment to leave me?
Why is everything all or nothing with you?
Just answer the question. Are you or are you not leaving me?
I thought that Jamie and I were your future.
Just answer the question, please.
We don't care who your father was. We only care about you.
But I care, okay? I have to prove who I am. And if you can't accept that as part of this package...
I hate this.
Well, so do I.
No, you don't. And that's the problem. You know, you enjoy this battle. The only thing you hate is Dimitri.
Of course I hate Dimitri. Suddenly that's a problem for you?
It's not all of a sudden, Edmund. Look, for a while, I thought that you were handling everything fairly well. I mean, we were planning our life together. We were planning our future.
Yeah, well, given the fact that my brother broke into my apartment, destroyed the will, and has been fighting me every inch of the way, I think I've been doing a pretty good job of handling it.
You're so angry.
Well, you don't want me to hate the man who destroyed the proof of who I was?
You think.
I think? Who do you think was in my apartment when the will was destroyed? Dimitri. He had motive. He had opportunity. But no, Brooke, that's not good for you, right? I mean, I should just go, hey, bro, Dimitri, no problem, right? Old buddy, old pal, no festering hate here. When I really want to just stick his face right...
Edmund!
Yeah. Okay, you're right, I'm sorry. I forgot. This isn't supposed to be tearing my guts out. I'm supposed to be calm and dispassionate, right? About my freaking life? The life we were supposed to share, Brooke? I mean, look, if you just can't hack this, okay? If you just want to leave, you just go, okay? Because I...
Okay. I'm not going to leave you, all right? I'm not. That's in your head. It's not in mine. I just worry about you.
Don't worry about me, okay? Just stick with me.
I will.
Because I can't get through this without you.
Judge Goldman is tough, but he's fair. He's very thorough. He's got a reputation.
Thank you.
What?
For not blowing up. I know this is not easy.
No intention of losing it, Brooke.
It's very important to stay calm, Dimitri.
No kidding.
We can't afford another incident like the other night at the Valley Inn.
I'll remain calm no matter what he throws at me.
My darling, I wish you every good fortune.
Dimitri, where's Angelique?
She had something to take care of, but she'll be here.
What on earth could she have to take care of that would take precedence over this?
Helga, she didn't say.
She's with Jack Montgomery, Edmund's lawyer.
Hello, Dimitri, Mother.
What have you been up to?
I'm sorry I'm late.
The judge hasn't arrived yet.
What have you been doing?
Helga, excuse us. Are you feeling all right?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because if this is too much for you, I'll take you right home.
Thank God it's almost over. That's why I was with Jack. I want to do whatever I can to just make it.
All rise. This hearing is in session. Judge Jonathan Goldman presiding.
Be seated. As you know, this is an informal hearing, not a trial. Therefore, greater latitude will be allowed in questioning. Mr. Montgomery, Mr. Wilson, are we ready to begin?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're here this afternoon to consider a motion for a court order to exhume the bodies of Alfred Gresham and Hugo Marick for the purpose of DNA testing to determine paternity of the plaintiff, Mr. Grey. The motion is opposed by Mr. Dimitri Marick, Hugo Marick's son and closest surviving relative. I will hear arguments from both sides, beginning with the plaintiff. Mr. Montgomery.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to first call to the witness stand Edmund Grey.
Swear in the witness, please, bailiff.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Mr. Gray, when you read what Hugo Marick had written about you shortly before his death, what did you feel?
Well, I'll never forget it. It was not something that I would ever expect, but in many ways it cleared up a lot of issues. A lot of missing pieces fell into place about my childhood and my life. They became clear.
In what way?
Well, Alfred Gresham, the name that's typed in on my birth certificate as my father, was a violent alcoholic, and he would beat my mother and I regularly. And until I read the will, I didn't understand where all that hate was coming from, and now I can see why. I wasn't his son.
Tell us, please, if you would, did he ever accuse Flora of infidelity?
He accused her of a lot of things. He called me and my mother every name you could think of.
Did your mother ever confirm these accusations of infidelity?
My mother just cried and worked herself into an early grave, Mr. Wilson. Which is why it's important to me to resolve this, Your Honor, for my mother's sake and for the sake of the truth. I want to set the record straight.
Now, to further set the record straight, are you yourself convinced that Hugo Marick was your biological father?
I am his son. I know it, and the DNA test will prove it.
Thank you, Mr. Gray. Your Honor, at this juncture, I'd like to request that I be allowed to re-examine this witness at a later time and call my next witness.
Is Dmitri Marick next up?
No, I was going to call...
Let me suggest that these procedures could be best settled by calling Mr. Marick next. Any objections?
No, sir.
No, Your Honor, no.
Swear in a witness, please.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Mr. Wilson, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Marick, to your knowledge, is there any truth to Mr. Gray's claim?
No. Every word that came out of Edmund Gresham's mouth was a lie.
Your Honor, hurling invective at my client is hardly going to serve justice.
Opposing counsel is correct, Mr. Marick. Please confine your answers to fact.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilson asked if there was any truth to his claims, and I answered with the facts as I understand them, Your Honor. There's no truth to his claims.
That's why we're here, to listen to both sides of the story.
I have known Edmund Gresham for over 30 years. I knew his parents. They worked for my father at Wildwind. And Edmund and I grew up together. For a while, we were friends. But before he was 10 years old, everything changed. He became angry and openly hostile with me and my father. By the time he was 18 years old, soon after his mother died, he ran away. He waited until the day he knew that my father had a lot of money in the house. He stole $10,000 and he vanished. Well, apparently, he changed his name from Gresham to Gray, put himself through college, and had a successful career as a journalist. Now he feels powerful enough to seek revenge.
Objection, Your Honor.
Again, Mr. Marick, I must ask you to confine your answers to facts, not opinions.
Your Honor, if I may interpose, Hugo Marick agreed to pay for the college education of Mr. Gray. It's a promise that he reneged on shortly before Mrs. Gresham's death. Now, as a youth, my client believed he was entitled to this money. However, upon reconnecting with the Marick family this year, he repaid that money with interest.
Is that true?
Yes, he repaid the debt. But if my father ever promised to pay for Edmund's education, I am unaware of it.
There is no written proof.
None. My father was not a man who went back on his word. When he made a promise, he kept it. He never skirted responsibilities.
And if he had fathered Flora Gresham's son,
he would have acknowledged him.
You're sure of that?
Absolutely. I knew my father better than anyone. We were very close. He respected Flora and Alfred and the others who worked for us. He treated them like a family. He cared for them. And if he were alive today, he would be shocked by these charges. He would feel hurt and betrayed.
Objection, Your Honor.
Yes, it is easy. It is easy to denigrate a man when he's dead. The day before my father died, he gave me power of attorney and the key to his safe deposit box. I brought the contents home, and we went through them together.
And was there a will?
No. I was surprised, but my father said that he hated dealing with lawyers. And according to state laws at the time, a dying intestate without a spouse, which he did, meant that everything would be passed on to the lineal descendants, which it did.
You being the only lineal descendant.
Yes.
Mr. Marick, the day you talked to your father, the day before he died, he said to you that everything he owned would be passed down to his lineal descendants, plural?
Yes, I believe he was quoting the law at that time.
Well, did he specifically tell you that you were his only heir?
I don't remember. Perhaps I inferred it.
Well, perhaps your father made this comment because he had, in fact, executed a will and named 2 lineal descendants. And then, for some reason, known only to him, he hid this will in a volume of Shakespeare.
And let it sit there until the dust gathered for the prodigal son to return. Is that it, Mr. Montgomery? I doubt that.
You must admit, Mr. Marick, that it is possible that he would put it in a place where, if Edmund returned to the estate, he would be likely to find it, which he did.
There was no proof.
That's why we're here, Mr. Marick. We're here to decide what the facts of this case is and what the truth of this case is. I'd like to be able to re-examine Mr. Marick later, but I'd like to call my next witness, if I may, Your Honor.
You may.
Thank you. I call to the stand Helga Voynetieva.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. There was no will in Flora's things. I myself packed the box and delivered it to Edmund's apartment. There was nothing in it but some of Flora's old treasures.
Excuse me, did you inspect each and every book yourself?
Well, no, but you see,
Let me ask you, are you positive, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that Alfred Gresham is Edmund's father?
Positive.
Were you present at his birth?
Yes.
Do you recall where you were 9 months prior to that event?
No.
Well, perhaps I can refresh your memory. You were in Budapest, Hungary. Does that ring any bells?
I recall the trip.
Yes. Good. Your Honor, I'd like to introduce into evidence the household accounts of the Marick family from 1955 to 1960. But first, Miss Voynetieva, do you recognize this handwriting as yours? These are your accounts?
Yes.
Thank you. This trip to Hungary, tell me, was Alfred Gresham along on this trip?
No.
Well, to your knowledge, was he ever in Hungary at all?
No, not to my knowledge.
Well, so Flora was with you then, is that correct?
Yes.
I see. So the whole Marick household, including yourself and Flora, went to Budapest, Hungary from January to March of 1956. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, now, I'm a little confused. Perhaps you can straighten this out. Since Edmund was born 8 months later in November, how could Alfred Gresham be his father?